Hi, welcome to technically fourth, but third episode of Stupid Podcast I do, and it's three retards who talk about video games. Welcome, I guess.
Lovely.
I'm not good with doing
already?
this stuff. I never do intros in my videos, that's the thing, I'm not used to doing intros.
Alrighty. My computer almost crashed when I opened up Sony Vegas Pro to just look over something, and it just totally shot the bed. But that's okay.
Well, that's life.
Yep. All right, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we are good. So all right, so what we're going to talk about today was the best video game sequels, I guess. And also Red Dead Redemption 2, which I guess is in the same topic if you want to make it so, but we'll talk about that game anyway. Don't know if you want to start off with it or we'll talk about it later. Your choice.
I think it'd be a good, sort of like a good thing. Maybe we could talk about the history as well, because obviously there is a bit of a history behind Red Dead as a whole. So there is a little bit to talk about. I'm the only one here that actually has the game and has played at least 13 hours of it, whereas these two guys have not. So it would just be mainly me, big oof.
Yeah,
It'll mainly just be me, like, just laying down my initial first impressions. But I'm happy for you guys to ask questions or whatever, like that. What's the mechanics and all that sort of business? I don't mind that at all.
I see. The thing is, I would buy Red Dead Redemption 2, but there's three things that really make me not want to buy it.
Oh yeah.
All right, one of them being it's not on PC, which is the main platform I game on. So yeah. Second off, we were talking about this a bit before we started, but there's microtransactions in the multiplayer, whatever. Not really too happy with that. And third off, it's made by Rockstar, and Rockstar killed the Max Payne series, so fuck you, Rockstar.
Oh man, that was
throwing shade.
That was 6 years ago.
I don't care. The effects of which are still being felt to this day. I'm still working on that Max Payne 3 video, and it is coming, and it is the longest thing I've done thus far. Yeah.
Well, good. I hope you can talk about the soundtrack, because it's actually one of the best parts of that game.
That's the only part of the game I like.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get on to Red Dead Redemption 2. So I'm just going to sit back for about 15 hours and let Baggy explain this, and I'll upload it. No work. I don't have to do any work, I'll just... So take it away, Baggy.
Well, I know. I don't mind you guys asking questions, like, at all, Like, did you guys play the original game? Maybe even Red Dead Revolver?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What did you guys think? What did you guys think?
Haven't played Red Dead Revolver in about 10 years. Red Dead Redemption, I enjoyed it.
Any problems you had with it? Like, anything that could have been improved?
Cover-based shooting.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well.
Yeah, cover-based shooting is for pussies.
Oof.
Oof.
Don't
say that to the Gears of War fans. They'll kill you with their lancers.
Oh,
I can literally hear them sweating.
Yeah, to be fair, okay, I know I'm getting slightly off topic. To be fair, one thing I did like about Gears of War is how it had the action reload when you're behind cover. They tried to make the most boring part of the game at least kind of fun to play. So I respect them for trying to do that at least. But with cover-based shooters, you're just like, there's no fun. Fuck cover.
Alright, so Henry, what about you? Like, what did you think of the original Red Dead? Red Dead.
I think that, I thought they were good. I don't think I played them enough to kind of... And it's been a while, so my memory's a bit fuzzy, but I thought Red Dead Revolver was really good. I actually beat the game a couple of times. I thought it was good. I liked it. Red Dead Redemption, I didn't finish it, but I played it. I thought it was fine. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Did you... So, did you, like...
I know. I know. Yeah.
Did you, you know the ending then?
Yeah, because one of my friends fucking spoiled that. That's one of the reasons why I didn't beat it, because I was playing the game and then I had a friend over and he went, "Oh, that guy fucking dies, right?" And I'm just like, "No, stop." And oh, that same guy spoiled a bunch of other games for me too, and I was like, fucking just leave, go, get out of here. It was awful. I like him, but he's fucking awful for doing that.
That's the one thing you will never forgive.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Did you
Oh, sorry.
did you play the oh sorry. Did you play Undead Nightmare? Like, did any of you guys play that?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, very briefly, very briefly.
I have every single piece of DLC for the original Red Dead, like every single piece of DLC. And
Good.
for Rockstar's sort of first entry into the zombie genre, back when the zombie genre wasn't so overcrowded, oversaturated, they actually did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I think if they ever thought about it, I think they would be I think it would be a really good choice if they did a zombie game, open world zombie game, because there was it was a little bit clunky here and there. It was the same map, pretty much changed the character models, paler, and creepy sound effects and all that sort of business. But if they actually put their mind to it and make a genuinely good zombie open world game, I think they can pull it off.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, kind of random, but kind of on the similar topic. I like that Bigfoot mission. That was interesting.
That has some emotional weight to it.
Yeah,
at least,
exactly. That's yeah.
just slight spoilers in that. Like you're hunting down all the Sasquatches, and then like you come across this last one, and like obviously with Sasquatches, there's this whole thing with like, oh, they eat babies and everything like that. And there's a bit of comedy. It's like, oh no, we don't eat berries. I mean, we don't eat babies. We eat berries. Not sort of business. And you have the choice to either kill him or just leave him to just wander the earth for the rest of eternity with no family. And it kind of has that emotional tone to it, if you get what I mean. It's like, do I kill this dude? No Sasquatches, or do I not kill this dude? But he's like the final. He's all alone. It's that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I mean? I haven't finished Undead Nightmare, even though I've had the DLC for about 6 years at this point, because the mission structure is a bit weird. They don't really clearly explain what you're meant to do, and they don't even have an objectives manual. Well, they do, but it's not very well done. It's kind of poor at this point. And I just haven't finished it simply because of that, because it just doesn't tell me where to go. So I haven't even touched the multiplayer section of that game either. I've touched the original Red Dead Redemption multiplayer, but just not the undead stuff.
Right.
Yeah, but on to Red Dead Redemption 2 though. Obviously, I'd like it if you guys would, ask some questions or anything like that, or maybe add to something. I definitely think it is Rockstar's best game since GTA 4, without a doubt. With the
Really?
13 hours.
Is it better than GTA San Andreas?
Ooh, well, that is kind of ooh, that's a tough one. In fact, all of Rockstar's previous games are all melded all together to make Red Dead 2, because there's a lot of mechanics that they use from their previous titles. You wish. You wish.
Name dropping.
No, but I'm serious. I think it is one of Rockstar's best games since GTA 4. Now, obviously, some of you are going to be thinking, wait, GTA 4, you think that's the best game they've ever produced? And I think, yeah, I think it is. GTA 5 is a good game. It's a great game, but there are a few things that I don't like about it. Red Dead Redemption is also the first one. That is a good game. It's magnificent, but it has
GTA
problems.
San Andreas, where does that rank on the list?
It has some problems. I mean, I don't find CJ as a very relatable protagonist.
What?
You picked the wrong house, fool!
You picked the wrong house, fool!
Like, I could understand his struggles in life, obviously, because back in just getting a little bit on the edgy side of things. Back in the 90s, there was a lot of stuff with police brutality and that kind of stuff. So you do get a bit of that in San Andreas, but it doesn't go into it like that much. I haven't completed the story for San Andreas for years, but going back to Red Dead 2,
Is it better than
I think
GTA 3?
I haven't played GTA 3 since I was 4 years old. 4 years old. We have a casualty. Hold X to revive. Yeah, I think the game's brilliant. Just graphically, it's the best game on console so far. There are a lot of mechanics that I do think are a great addition. One being like a weight system, like in San Andreas, where you could either be like a skinny dude or ripped dude or a really fat dude, that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff. Yeah, I think that was a really good idea to add into the newest title, because I've missed that kind of mechanic for years. I've always wanted it back, because sometimes I like to be a little bit naughty and just go on full on fat on everyone and just run around shooting people as a fat dude. No offense to fat people, but yeah. Like, what are your questions for Red Dead 2? Because obviously I'm the one that's played it. Have you got any questions for it?
I've seen that there's like freaking really interesting animations. Like you can skin an animal in that game.
Yeah,
Have,
yeah,
it
it's
like
full on
does it
skinning.
does the body actually like stay there skinned and everything, or does it just like
Yeah, no, it stays there. You see everything.
that's pretty
You see
sweet, dude.
everything. Um, like there's just so much detail. Like even when you're carrying dead bodies, like dead animals, their
Mhm.
blood will stay on your clothing, on like the part of the shoulder that you put them on.
Wow, that's
Even your
actually
hands, or even on your face. It's just little
yikes.
things like that just make the world feel a lot more alive. I
Mhm.
like the idea of a communication mechanic where you can either greet people and say hello or antagonize them. Because if you played some of the early, say something like Grand Theft 5, if you just stood next to a dude, they would just get really angry with you for no reason and then just punch you. That kind of stuff. And you had no control over the situation other than just to shoot them.
Mhm.
Here, you have a choice on pretty much anything. You can choose to save people's lives or not.
Huh.
And there's just there is so much to talk about in Red Dead 2. But I have to praise Rockstar on this. They've done it again. They've done it again. They've managed to make a game that is both immersive, emotional, and just really fun to play. And I can't wait for Red Dead Online. Depending if it isn't a broken piece of shit like GTA 5 Online. Oh my god!
Oof.
I remember just seeing videos on that for like days on end, like Angry Joe talking about it and raging. And I can understand why they are holding it until the November 9th, I think. November 9th. Um, until the multiplayer gets released, because they just want to work on it. They haven't gone into details into it like whatsoever. So we don't have any idea what we're getting into.
Mhm.
So, but overall, for a single player experience, as of right now, it's game of the year material. It's definitely just it's it's game of the year material by far. Like there's so many contenders this year. There's God of War, there's
Hunt down the
Spider-Man.
Freeman.
Oh yeah, Hunt Down the Freeway, definitely 10 out of 10. Guess best
I
game ever. Just not enough water.
I don't think I'm gonna be okay. I don't feel so good.
Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
So yeah, have you got any questions, Mr. No Life?
What's the answer?
Well, anything, mate. Have you got any?
You don't get the
Have you got any
reference, do you?
questions? No, no.
Okay,
If
okay.
it's a Max Payne reference,
No,
I haven't even played the original too, so
it's not. It's not a Max Payne reference. It's a reference to an old show from the 70s. So, do I have any questions? Okay. How are the horse
Yeah, or
testicles?
concerns.
Because there was animations with the horse. There was a big thing about the horse testicles shrink and grow depending on temperature. How are the horse testicles? Let me know. Tell me.
Yeah, rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. Have you looked at them? Have you experienced it?
well, they're in your face pretty much 70% of the time. So
Jesus.
there's,
What the
it's
fuck
just
kind of game is this?
I think you're talking about the wrong game there.
What the fuck? Honestly, what the? I'm gonna drown myself in beer.
Oh boy.
Actually,
and you just hear the wasted sound effect.
yeah.
No,
But yeah, tell me.
Like,
out of
seriously,
10,
no,
the horse testicles.
Yeah.
9.
Really?
Yeah, 9. It's just It's just untextured mass, pretty much.
Untextured mass. Backy Spartan 117 2018. Untextured mass.
But seriously, have you got any like concerns or questions about it?
I have a few concerns, let me tell you.
Right, here's the thing. This is discrimination, okay? They put horse testicles there. They don't put human testicle like physics, right? I demand for Red Dead 3 they put human testicle physics. All right, I'm gonna make a petition.
that 100 hour a week was definitely worth it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like, well, if you didn't spend so much time animating horse testicles, you probably wouldn't need to work 100 hours a week. Seriously.
Yeah, imagine
Yeah.
like going home after work and like your wife and kids are like, "Oh, you've been gone for so long. You need to take it easy. You're working." Yeah, it's like, "Oh yeah, I animated this really cool fight scene," and the wife was like, "Was it the horse testicles?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's a fucking horse testicles."
You just see the regret. You just see the regret in his face. Like, yeah, I fucked up here, haven't I?
He's going. Daddy's going for the vodka again. Watch out. Oh jeez. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Then again,
But no, like, no life. Have you got any questions about it other than fucking horse testicles? Oh, man down.
I'm trying to think of a legitimate question I could ask. I don't know.
Dude.
Dude.
Clunk clunk clunk.
Is it,
Do you get to wear sunglasses in it? Probably not.
no, but you can wear like stretchers and everything like that. So
Right. Okay.
unless
Do you get to ride unicorns?
there's probably going to be a mod for that if it ever comes to PC. We could talk about the PC release and how you feel about that.
Right, Rockstar. Seriously. Why don't you release Red Dead Redemption 2 on PC? Why didn't you release the original Red Dead Redemption on PC? Why? Why only
Honestly,
release...
like,
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Why only release
Yes,
it
fine.
on 2 consoles which are going to be outdated within like the next 10 years and that not many people are going to own to even play the game, right? This is one thing, alright? If your game's on PC, it's pretty much there forever. Like, you know, like with consoles, just like, you move on to the next console, that console's, you know, I mean, you can still own it, you can still play all the games on it, but, you know, it's outdated hardware, you know, not many people are going to own, like, an Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3 in, like, 20 years' time, alright? But a lot of people are still going to own PCs, so...
I could barely hear any single thing of that because, like, you sounded like a robot. I was thinking, like, what the
Same
fuck
here.
going on?
Alright, what the...
I thought it was my internet crapping out, but like it was like
Right,
fucking
fine, I'll say
Cyberman
it
over
again
here.
at Eminem speed, okay? Just in case, alright?
Okay.
Alright, so... Alright.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. Alright, so... Release game on PC, because otherwise I don't do that. Alright, and if you don't release the game on PC... I don't know what to do anymore. Does it sound robotic now?
It's kind of stopped, yeah. But,
Alright, so... I'll just say it really quickly. I'll just concise, okay? The issue is that if you only release your game on two sets of consoles that are like 10 years old by this point, not many people are going to own these consoles in like 20 years' time, so not many people are going to be able to play the game, whereas if you have it on PC, PC's going to be around for pretty much ever, so your game's always going to be able to be played by the modern audience, and also it's better because, like games are developed on PC, so if they ever need to... Excuse me. Excuse me. But if you...
No worries.
Yeah. Sorry. But if they ever need to like remaster the game or like re-release it on like new console or whatever, they always have the files there on like the PC version. Whereas just like it's much harder to access console files because like the way like stuff works with development, encryption shit. This is why Rockstar. I don't get why they don't do this. The GTA 5 PC port was good. Max Payne 3 PC port was good. All right, why don't you just release the game on PC? Seriously.
It's a really weird thing because do you remember when like GTA 3, San Andreas, Vice City Stories, and even GTA 4, like they were all on PC. They just came out like a few months after the console release.
Yeah.
But then as soon as Red Dead Redemption came out, the first Red Dead Redemption, they just kind of stopped supporting PC, or at least making PC ports. And I find that very interesting on why they stopped. Is it because of resources? Are they lacking resources to make a PC port?
I doubt it.
Or is it? I mean, they're the biggest company, so I don't see why they'd be low on resources. There has to be a reason behind it. I don't think it's just like, oh, we're just dropping the PC port now because we can't be bothered. I don't think it's that kind of issue. I just think that there's maybe just some deeper issue going on. As you said, GTA 5's PC port was pretty good. So what's going on with Red Dead Redemption 2, I wonder? And even the original Red Dead, what's going on with that?
Yeah, it's been 8 years. It's still not on PC. I mean... I don't know. I just don't get it. I don't get why like they don't release it on PC. I mean, if you're gonna make it multi-platform, release it on all current platforms. Release it on the Nintendo Switch.
That would be a really awesome idea, but I don't think it will ever happen.
Yeah, I mean,
just because of how graphically intense that game is.
Not true, but you could tone it down. I mean,
you could, but then. How would it look? How would it look?
It'd look like Nintendo 64. It would still look like Nintendo. Don't worry, dude.
Maybe you have like a Super Mario costume as like a downloadable DLC.
Oh, that would be awesome. But here's the thing, right? And here's the thing I don't get, right? People are gonna emulate these games. People are already like making emulators for games. Emulation for like old games on consoles is already like a thing now. But in like a few years, like maybe 10 years time, people are going to emulate these games on PC anyway. Alright, you're not going to be making money off that, Rockstar. Why don't you release the game on PC? Then you'll be making money off the game being on PC. You're not going to make money off of people emulating the game on PC. Doesn't make any sense.
Do you think that they've got like other projects in the works to the point where they just don't have enough time to release a PC version? Like, I have a theory that maybe they are remastering their older titles. This is just tinfoil hat stuff here, but they are remastering their old games in the Rage engine, which is what's in Red Dead 2.
Yeah, fuck
and
that engine.
And G2.
It fucked up Max Payne 3, so fuck that engine.
It's a good-looking engine.
Yeah, but it fucked up everything else. It looks good, but it fucked up everything that actually matters in terms of gameplay.
We'll talk about Max Payne 3, I guess, some other time.
Don't get me started.
Okay, so let me talk about Halo 2. No, kidding. Let's
just talk about something else. Let's talk about
the podcast is becoming self-aware.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like literally, anytime anyone mentions Max Payne 3, I just, whew.
Blind rage.
Yeah, just blind.
Do you
rage.
think it would be a good idea though if Rockstar actually did remaster their previous games?
If they could remaster, then sure, yeah.
Yeah, because like San Andreas would look amazing in the Rage engine.
Please don't remaster them in the Rage engine. Please don't. You're gonna fuck up everything.
What do you want it to be? An Unreal Engine, the most overused engine, no matter how many times it can produce good-looking games.
No, just use
Just
it in
they
an engine
can,
that can actually, make a fun game.
Oof.
yeah. Every latest GTA game
Well, the thing,
that isn't about a
uh,
bald dude with two pistols.
debatable because GTA 5's shooting, was boring as hell. I mean, especially since you have like auto aim on. Like, I don't think you can turn it off in that game. I might be
I
wrong on
think
that, but you can't turn it
I
off.
think you can. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to check that, but it's just like all you have to do. Literally, the whole game's easy because all you have to do is you just snap to a target, bam, 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 and then all you have to do is just quickly keep like tapping the trigger on and off. It's
Hmm.
this is why
But
I don't like playing on consoles. Auto aim is for pussies. All right, fuck that shit. This is why I like
yeah, but
Halo because Halo does not have auto
here's
aim.
my here's my counter argument to like auto aim assist. The idea of just snapping and all that sort of business and just going bang bang, killing people in like one shot and everything like that, it is really satisfying. Especially if it's like with a shotgun or something,
Yeah, but it
and
makes
you're
the
just
game
going
way too
bap,
easy.
bap, bap.
You can get the same
Well, then
satisfaction from like
crank up the
free aim.
difficulty.
Crank up the difficulty. How
That,
would, how would you
that
crank up the difficulty? When you can just snap to enemies.
well, you can't just stand out in the middle of an open area. You have to take cover. You have to be careful, and the enemies
Fuck
would take more
cover.
damage. Well, that's realism, dude. You
I
got to
don't
take
care about
cover, or else
realism.
you.
This is the thing, okay? All right, getting back to Max Payne 3 for 1 second. Whenever I complain about the game's mechanics, people always tell me, well, it's meant to be realistic. Max Payne has never been about realism, okay? I don't care if it's not realistic. It's fun. I care about more what's fun than what's realistic.
What's up? Look, this should be turned into like our most hated sequels. I bet you £100 that it's gonna like your number one most hated sequel is Max Payne 3.
Right behind Max Payne 3 would be F.E.A.R 3. I was really disappointed by F.E.A.R 3. Fuck F.E.A.R 3.
Well, I'd say fuck the new game. Honestly, that game was a piece of shit.
What new game?
Sweats.
But you didn't know they made a new Thief game.
Thief? What?
They made a new Thief game like 4 years ago.
I'm not talking about Thief. I'm talking about F.E.A.R.
I thought you said Thief.
I said F.E.A.R 3!
I thought you said Thief.
Am I having a stroke?
F.E.A.R 3.
There is-
Okay. F.E.A.R 3.
There
Quick
is a
rant.
glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, glitch in the No, I'd love it if
Something's
like every single thing that happens in real life that doesn't make any sense can just be explained as just a glitch in the Matrix. I'd love that. Why do we always talk about the Matrix? Seriously, we need to.
Oh, by the way, happy 15th anniversary, Matrix Revolutions. You're not that bad.
It isn't the 15th anniversary yet. That's on November 5th.
No, it came out in October.
It did not. Let me check the dates.
UK time, yeah.
UK time. It did not come out on October 25th. All right. I'm gonna check this. All right, 1 sec. Matrix Revolutions. All right. When did it come out? All right. Let's see. Yeah, 5th November 2003 UK. That's when it came out in the UK.
That's weird because it told me October 27th.
Let me check. Oh, the October 27th was when it was premiered in Walt Disney Concert Hall.
I
guess technically-
class it.
I guess technically,
technically.
but November 5th was like the official release date, but it premiered like a couple days early in Walt Disney Concert Hall.
Yeah.
So I guess,
But back to Rockstar and their problems.
Yeah, back to Rockstar and the problems, okay? Rockstar, fuck you, okay? Literally, if I ever see the writer for Max Payne 3, I'm gonna go up to him and I'm gonna slap him. Right? You have been warned, okay?
Call the cops. He's got 5 wanted stars.
No, I've got 6 wanted stars. The military's after me. Oh, I missed that from GTA, from the GTA games, right? GTA 5, good game, but seriously, alright, why do you not have 6-star rating when the military comes after you? The only time the military will come after you is if you're next to the military base, alright? I want 6 tanks coming after me, that would be fun.
I guess
10 tanks,
again,
that'd be fun.
this is where the whole issue of realism I have to like mention. You can make your games realistic, but making them too realistic just makes it not fun
Exactly
because
with Max Payne 3.
oh, oh shut up.
Right, Max controls like
Um,
absolute shit in the game. They try to make him feel realistic, but he just feels like he just controls like absolute
I
shit.
feel I feel so sorry for Henry. He's just like the child that just doesn't talk while the couple are arguing.
Alright, okay. I'm not going to say too much more about Max Payne 3 because I have a lot to say in the review. Literally, alright, to give you an idea of how much to complain about, the gameplay section of the review is longer than like all my other reviews on their own. Like, that's the whole thing. That's how fucking pissed off I am at the gameplay. I like Max Payne 3. Fuck that game.
That should be the title. Max Payne 3. Fuck that game.
Yeah.
It should be the title of your video. Fuck that game.
No, I'm just gonna call it why Max Payne 3 fucking pissed me off to no end.
Alright. So, yeah, like back to Rockstar stuff that doesn't have anything to do with a bald guy with two pistols.
Why did they shave his head? Seriously, that is the
Oh,
stupid. That is the stupidest
let it
thing.
go.
Right, getting into the story of Max Payne 3, right? Shaving his head, why? Why? Why
Probably easier to animate the hair.
He didn't have any hair animations.
Exactly. It's easier to animate. Oh boy.
Jeez. He looks like that guy. Look, no, when he's bald, he looks like the dude from Hangover. He does.
Oh boy.
But no, seriously, do you think Rockstar should remaster their previous titles? Though, like, I
Every
really
one
want
of them
to know
except
that.
for Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 should be left out to die.
It should be called the Why I Hate Max Payne 3 podcast.
Yes. Yeah. Mr. No Life,
No.
number one Max Payne 3 hater. He hates it so much. He hates it probably more than he hates Hitler. That
But,
might actually be true.
seriously. Seriously though, do you think they should do it?
Yeah,
Remaster
sure, why
their
not?
old game. What about you, Henry? Would you be up for remasters?
Honestly, I'm 90% of the time I'm up for any kind of remaster, and especially as of late, remasters seem to be quite popular over the last like 5 years. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty much down for anything being remastered because there's always a community for something. So I don't see why not.
Yeah, unless it's the Bioshock remasters. Those remasters suck. Alright, just play the original versions of the game. The remasters barely improve the game whatsoever, and they have more bugs than the original game, so just play the original version.
That is where like I don't think. Right, here's the thing with backwards compatibility and remasters, right? If a game like can be made backwards compatible, but there's a remaster coming out, just release both versions so that people can choose which versions they want. Do they want the slightly prettier version with all the DLC, or do they just want the version that they already have
Yeah.
that they can buy the DLC for just slightly cheaper?
There is actually one thing they did with the Bioshock remasters on Steam. If you already owned the original game, you didn't have to pay for the remaster.
Mm-hmm.
That was
That
cool.
happened with me.
That was pretty
It just
Hello.
kind of popped up.
Hello, Activision. I should have got Modern Warfare Remastered for free.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Fucking wankers.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's just like a nice thing to do. It's just like, well, you already have the game, so, you know, like, you shouldn't really have to pay for the game again.
Or at
Yeah.
the very least, do what Dark Souls Remastered did, where it was 75% off. Like the remaster was 75% off.
Yeah.
Like my dad just bought the Switch version of the remastered today. Even though he had the original, but for some reason the original game was wiped off his purchase history on the Xbox Live, and yeah, basically he can't get the game, so he has to get it on the Switch. But even with that, like I didn't even get Dark Souls remastered because I had the original version on digital. That's where I'm like, you're just asking for more money, and yes, money is a big important factor, but also caring for your consumers is a big factor as well. If you make a shit product that no one wants, but you're going to charge them heaps amounts of money, that's just, it's ridiculous. Obviously, if it's a remaster of a game that is very old, I mean, let's just give an example here. We're going back to the Matrix. The Matrix
Oh,
game.
jeez!
Ah, for fuck's sake. Here we go again, boys.
No, we need to talk over Baggy. Drown him out. Hey!
As an example, right? I mean, like, would they work? Because if they would be backwards compatible, let's just say if they did get backwards compatible as well, would people buy them if they were remastered, even though it would like charge them a little bit more? Like, would people buy it, or would they
Nah.
just buy the version that already exists? It's that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Is why I was pissed off that Red Faction Gorilla didn't get backwards compatible because the remastered version came out. That's what they called it, the remastered version. Yeah, Mars. Mars and all that sort of business.
Yeah.
I bought it anyway because I do love that game. I think it's a genuinely good game. But I could have got it for free. And it even happened for the PC players. If you own the original game, you got it. You got the remaster for free. Like, why can't the same be on consoles, for God's sake? You know,
Yeah.
it's just asking for more money, and that's just wrong. Like, you're already asking more if you're putting microtransactions in your remasters. Activision,
Right. Okay.
you know,
Games they should definitely
If you
remaster. F.E.A.R. Remaster F.E.A.R. Do it.
yeah. I mean, they've been talking about Fear a lot. Monolith have been talking about Fear on their Twitter and everything. So something's going on.
Yeah. I mean, I like F.E.A.R. 1 and 2. I know a lot of people don't like F.E.A.R. 2. I like F.E.A.R. 2. F.E.A.R. 3 sucks.
Well, you can kind of tell it sucks. It's a 2012 game, and a lot of shitty sequels came out that year.
It wasn't 2012, it was 2010.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Or 11.
ooh.
It wasn't 2012.
All right then.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But anyway,
Yeah.
fuck you, F.E.A.R. 3.
Okay.
This is gonna be...
This is more hated sequels more than love sequels. I think we're in too deep on the hated sequels, so I think we just got to go with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
the hated podcast.
No, I'm just gonna list off a bunch of shitty sequels and then just say fuck you, whatever game it is. All right, Max Payne 3, fuck you. F.E.A.R. 3, fuck you.
Demonetized.
My videos aren't monetized anyway. What else?
False copyright claim.
Yeah. Whatever game should I say? Fuck you to. I don't know actually.
Sonic 06.
Fuck you, Sonic 06. Fuck
I
you.
kind of have a soft. I
Fuck
kind
you,
of have a soft
Wolfenstein
spot
2
for
New
it.
Colossus. Wolfenstein 2 New
Really?
Colossus. Yeah, fuck that game.
Really?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it? I haven't actually finished it.
Right, okay. Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus, alright, has one of the worst stories I've ever experienced in a video game. And...
Okay.
Yeah, okay. And half the game, literally, like, the game's 6 hours long, 3.5 hours of the game is cutscenes. More than half of the game is cutscenes.
Ooh, I wonder
Unskippable cutscenes.
I wonder if Hideo Kojima was involved.
Yeah, and also, like, yeah, okay, the story sucks. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, though I really shouldn't care, but...
We've already spoiled the ending for the original Red Dead, so it doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, there was like one scene halfway through Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus where literally, there was like one... I won't say it, but it was one scene, it was just so ridiculous and so fucking stupid. I literally shouted out loud when that happened, and my neighbors fucking complained. I just shouted out, what the actual fuck?
There's quite a few of those, so I can
Yeah.
like yeah.
Also, Wolfenstein 2 New Colossus has some of the worst level design ever. It's on par with Hunt Down the Freeman in terms of bad level design. I'm being dead serious here, alright? And just in general, it's just a really boring game. It doesn't even feel like a Wolfenstein game. Wolfenstein games aren't, it isn't a game where you go, sneak around stealthy and then stab someone brutally in the neck. This isn't Splinter Cell, alright? This is Wolfenstein, where you run into a room with a machine gun and blast Nazis full of bullets, alright? This is not fucking Splinter Cell.
It's just basically a Doom mod, if you think about it, before Doom.
Actually, the funny thing is that the Doom theme was actually taken from, what song was it? It actually is, like, most of the music in the original Doom actually is not like it wasn't created for the game. It was actually used from just like multiple bands, like the Doom theme E1M1. It was just like taken from like another song.
Yeah, I think I remember that actually. Somebody mentioned that.
Yeah.
But
Do you
yeah.
know? I've actually discovered that. Like, I don't know if any of you tried to find like, oh, the trailer song or the trailer music or that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You get what I mean. But
Yeah.
like when the Division came out, they used an actually really effective version of Ordinary World from Duran Duran.
Mm.
Um, like you can like if you listen to the Division version of Ordinary World and then listen to the Duran Duran, like literally the lyrics are the same, except obviously they've just changed it to make it more effective and kind of creepy, which kind of
Yeah.
sets the tone. It's in line with the tone of the game. And I thought that was a cool thing because I do like that song, the original song by Duran Duran. Um, but yeah, like I've noticed a lot of that with like composers or like or just composers use like already existing songs and like work on it to sort of make it for their game, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I see where you're coming from
The
with
way
that.
I'm putting it. Um, so yeah, I wonder like why is it because laziness or is it something the song has a secret meaning or something like that? That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think
But
it changes from person to person, but yeah, no, I see where you're getting at.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I didn't even know the original Doom theme was based off an already existing song, so that's a cool thing to know, I guess.
Yeah, I think I might actually have the original song one. I'll try. We can still talk, but I'll try and find it as we're talking. But yeah, that's the thing. What was I even saying? I don't know. But yeah, I guess now we can move on to best sequels. Now, I mean, we can still talk about bad sequels, but I guess
Yes.
let's be more positive.
All right. That's fair.
All right.
um,
So one
I
sec. No, never mind. You can continue talking. One sec. I'm just going to search up what the thing was. Oh yeah, I found the song. It was "No Remorse" by Metallica. If you listen to the music in the background, it's from. They used it for Doom.
all right.
Found it. All right, good. So
Don't play it on the video, otherwise we're probably gonna get a copyright strike.
they're not going to do jack
No.
shit, man. My Max Payne 2 video, they gave me a copyright. They gave me a content ID thing for using "Late Goodbye" in it, but I was just like, I don't care. It's from the
One
game.
of my
Honestly,
video, one of my
yeah.
videos got took like one of my really shit videos that had like a watermark, which was like a meme of when Pennywise from It was dancing. But like people made a meme during that time where he was like dancing to a random shit. Mine got a copyright strike by UMG, which is Universal Music Group,
Oh,
which is a false fucking company. Doesn't exist.
exactly.
Um,
What a
although
twist.
the, although the footage itself was claimed by Warner something, but like
Warner
the
Bros.
video's been up for the Warner something it was something else Warner something, but the video's been up for a year and there's been multiple people who've used that clip. So like why did mine get taken down when there was like other videos that had like millions of views? But,
Yeah,
back onto the topic of sequels.
yeah. All right, so I got a name. Okay, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna let Baggy go first. Name a good sequel.
That isn't Halo, I guess.
Well, you can name whatever what you want, but just name a good video game sequel.
Um, I would say Crisis 2. Um, I've never played the original, but in terms of like the first time entry, I was like as a kid, I just thought Crisis 2 was one of my favorite first person shooters of that time because my Call of Duty phase was kind of running out after Modern Warfare 3 and everything like that. Um, but there was something about Crisis 2 that I really enjoyed. It had like that J.J. Abrams mixed with like Michael Bay type of action. It's like there's enemy designs in there that are very Michael Bay Transformers inspired. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
If you played it,
I've played it. I've played all
obviously,
three Crisis games and the
yeah,
Crisis Warhead expansion.
Yeah, and also the sound effects are very, Transformer-like.
Yeah.
But I like the combat. I like the fact that you could swap in between both a stealth mode and a heavy combat mode. Um, there was something very slick about it. It was a very slick game. It was yeah, it was a very slick game, and I like the movement systems. I like the power ups, like the stomps, all the different upgrades that were like, you could do it on the battlefield. You didn't have to go through some shitty pause menu. It was all on your hands, simple, done. Just go straight onto the battlefield and slaughter the next dude and break his neck.
Yeah.
Um, Same with weapon customization. You could either go, you didn't have to go through some shitty menu. You could just pull up your gun and then just change it. It was like little things like that that just made it so fun. Crisis 3 did do the same thing, but I just feel Crisis 3 wasn't that good at all, honestly. It was missing the magic of the second one, and the music wasn't even as good. So
Yeah.
yeah, Crisis 2, a good sequel.
I have actually quite a bit to say when it comes to the Crisis games. What I know this isn't really a sequel, but the original Crisis, never really been a big fan of the original Crisis, if I'm honest. I mean, I know people say like, "Oh, it's like one of the best looking games ever." And it is, to be fair. But I like
Graphics
how,
don't mean shit at the end of the day.
I know. I mean, like the gameplay is just that one thing I did like about Crisis 2, how like it streamlined the gameplay, but in a good way. Like it didn't take away like any of the things that like any like the good things that made the original gameplay fun. It just kind of made them a bit more simple and easier to use and more fun to play with. Streamlining isn't always bad, guys. Crisis 2 shows. But the thing is with the original game is that it just kind of runs like shit, like even on a high end PC.
Hmm.
I mean, like the thing is, like Digital Foundry, like I love Digital Foundry by the way, but like there's people out there who keep like doing videos saying like, oh, why Crysis is still melting like modern PCs, and they're acting like, oh, this game is like a beast of a game. It's like so powerful, it takes like a high end PC. No, most of the reason why Crysis runs like shit is because the engine is buggy as fuck.
Yeah.
It's like really poorly coded. It's like they're acting as if like, oh, this game is like huge. It takes like a mammoth of a PC to. No, it's just the game's just really poorly coded. It's poorly optimized.
The best way, like I have seen like the gameplay and everything. I do know a bit about Crisis 1, but the only way I could describe it is Far Cry with Spartan abilities.
Pretty much, yeah. I
That's
mean, it
it.
came out after Far Cry, but
Yeah. Henry, did you play any of the Crisis games?
Oh boy, yeah. I thought they were fun. I thought they were alright. I don't have much to say about it because I played them when they first came out, and that was pretty much it.
Did
They were
you
fun. They're fun.
did you did you think Crisis 2 was a better sequel, or did you think Crisis 3 was okay? Yeah.
I honestly
Like,
when did
what
they come
was your
out? Let's see.
favorite? Like, what's your favorite in the trilogy?
My memory's so fuzzy on them, but let me because I played them when they first came out, right? So um
Yeah.
and they were like I only played each one once.
They're
So it's
backwards
been
compatible now, so you can play them now.
I'll probably play them again, but yeah, no, I borrowed them from a friend and just played through each one over the course of a couple of days, and I just barely remember anything about them. I remember that crocodile Easter egg. That was
oh
always
yeah,
fun.
I know. There's
I
like the
remember
one Easter egg,
people
and there's
flipping
like
shit about that.
yeah, no, there's the one Easter egg, and there's like two Easter eggs in like Crisis 3 that made me like laugh my ass off. One is where you can get high off mushrooms.
Oh my god, I
Oh
remember that. Oh my
yes.
gosh. I remember being in school and like fucking people were like seriously, people were like talking about it, and there was teachers that were like, "Oh, recently a game came out where you can just eat shrooms." And it was like people were talking about it. It was this stupid thing, and I
Yeah.
remember there was if I'm not mistaken, there was like a freaking in my local town. There was like a news thing about it. Like it wasn't like about the game. It wasn't like about the game, but it was like the whole violence in video games bullshit, and they used that as one of the things where it was like, oh, you could kill people in this game, and bang that person, and you can eat shrooms in this game, and it's just like, oh my god. It's just stupid, and like I think they use like Far Cry as one of the things. They're like, you can murder animals, and it's just terrible. Oh, and it's like, oh my.
Yeah.
but
Sorry to interrupt. One of the other Easter eggs is that Thor's hammer was actually in Crisis 3, and it actually shot out lightning.
I think I
Are
remember
you
that.
serious?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Thor's hammer for Thor, Marvel Thor. His
Yeah,
hammer
yeah.
is in there. You can find it in like one of the levels. It's in like the swamp level. You can pick it up, and when you press the melee button, it shoots out lightning, and it's like an insta kill, and it's all.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I need to get that. I need to find that.
Yeah, but when it comes to Crisis 3, um,
You got shit to say because it's a terrible sequel.
the thing is with Crisis 3 is just like it tried to be like Crisis 1, but the issue is that it was using Crisis 2 as kind of a canvas, and both are very different games, so it just didn't work.
Yeah.
The reason why
But
Crisis.
would you,
Oh, sorry.
sorry, would you recommend me buying Crisis 1 now that it's on backwards compatibility? Like, would you recommend it or not?
I
Or
wouldn't
just stick to
recommend the
Crisis
console
2?
version, boy. The console version was terrible.
Well, Digital Foundry did like a thing on it, and apparently, the backwards compatibility like really improved it.
Yeah, but even
Um,
then, I wouldn't really recommend it.
is it because like the gameplay is just old at this point, or
I don't know. I mean, like when it comes to Crisis 1, it's just a case of it's a product of its time. I would say.
yeah,
It's kind of like. Nah, it's a completely different example, but it's just a case of Crisis. The original Crisis was just a tech demo. It wasn't really trying to be an actual game. It was mainly just a tech demo, and then that was pretty much it.
yeah. So you just say stick to Crisis 2 then?
If you want to play Crisis 1, go ahead, but I don't know. I wouldn't really recommend it.
All right, all right. So let's go on to you then, No Life, and then
I
we'll
was
go
going
on
to go
to
to
Henry.
Henry.
Oh, okay, Henry. All right, go on.
Oh, it's happening again.
Sorry,
I was
dude.
making
Sorry,
jokes about
dude.
this in the last podcast. Just like every single time we ask Henry to do anything, he's just like, "Oh shit."
Okay, so favorite sequel? Well, not favorite sequel, but a sequel that I like that I mentioned in the podcast that never came out was avoiding kind of the obvious here, but Blinks 2. I've mentioned a few times. It was basically my childhood. Like like I played like 100 games back when I was a kid, obviously, but that was like one of the more notable ones, I suppose. One of the more like standouting, the one that stands out the most. Simply because it's a bit of an obscure game. Not many people know about it these days. Like when you mention it, people aren't really sure. Basically, it was a platformer, puzzle platformer for the most part. Yeah, pretty much it. That's just about it. I think I mentioned it in the podcast before, so I'm not going to get into it too much. But it was
Yeah,
just
that's
a puzzle.
fine.
Yeah, it was just a puzzle platformer with occasional action elements. The sequel, Blinks 2, was more action oriented than puzzle oriented, which got a lot of mixed feelings, but it also brought people from other communities into the franchise. So yeah, but now the franchise was dropped by Microsoft, so like fucking it's just free game now, like fair game, anyone can take it. Apparently, like people can make fan games about it, and they can't get them shut down because technically nobody owns the Blinks franchise now because Microsoft dropped it straight up. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like what they did with Halo with El Dorito. They didn't let them fucking finish it, so
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason they didn't let them finish El Dorito is because they were using assets from Halo Online. So they said if they want to build the game from the ground up, by all means, then we'll support it and everything. But it's just the fact that Halo Online, which was the canceled game, was supposed to be like this big private thing. Like it wasn't supposed to be like talked about. Like yeah, they released a trailer for it, but they obviously didn't want it out in the public, and it got leaked, and then people
yeah.
started modding it, so it
Yeah.
technically was private property. So
Yeah, I can see that. We'll maybe talk about that in the next podcast.
Even though it's old
'Cause,
news.
Well, I never really, I didn't even know Halo Online existed until what, a year ago.
well, yeah, well, it
Um,
was because it was only released in Russia. Because Russia,
Civil Russia.
yeah, the current kind of running theory is that nobody plays Halo in Russia, which is like pretty much proven. Nobody plays Halo in Russia.
In
So they
Soviet
thought
Russia, we played Stalker.
so
Yeah,
then
pretty
why
much.
why the fuck do they make it for Russia only? If
well,
they knew that no
because
one played it in Russia.
Because Microsoft's
that's
run by a
exactly
bunch
the
of
why.
shitheads.
No, that's exactly why. Because it's a perfect control group, right? It's basically an untouched, untapped potential. Like nobody plays Halo in that area. So if they release a Halo game, they can see how well it will spread. Because nobody knows really about Halo that over there really cares about Halo. It doesn't sell well. So if they release a Halo game there and it sells really well and it is really popular, think how great it's going to be in the U.S. and Canada and stuff. Think how great it's going to spread then. So it's a perfect control group to just see how fast it spreads, how fast it sells, social media, how it goes and everything. I
Yeah,
think
that
that's
makes
why, but also because Halo Online was outsourced to a company which just so happened to be in Russia. So that's another reason why. But yeah,
well, there you go.
yeah.
So I guess No Life then.
Right.
Your sequels.
Here's a good sequel for you: Attack of the Clones. I mean, that movie was shit. No, that movie
True
was
art.
shit.
Ooh, I could counter argument that one because I'm one
Okay,
of them
try and
all.
counter. Okay, we're going off video games now. Try and explain to me, how is Attack of the Clones a good movie? Explain to me. I'm just gonna sit back.
I just have fun with it.
Hey,
That's
you know
it.
what? It had a perfect villain origin story. If you think about it, Boba Fett, Jango Fett, his father was killed in a coliseum right in front of him, and he picks up his dad's helmet, and you know what? It's a perfect villain origin story.
I
I'm
just
surprised
thought
his
of
dad's head
I
didn't fall out the helmet when he picked it up.
I was
Oh.
about to say that. I was about to say it's just like flop flop.
Oh, hey, Dad.
Jeez, oh my gosh.
Daddy.
No, the funny thing is that Jango Fett kills more people than Boba Fett ever did. Right. But Attack of the Clones, I don't even want to talk about that. No,
I have fun with it. I have fun with it. That's all I can say with it. There's nothing in terms of details. I just have fun with it every time I watch it. I just do.
all right.
That's
Anyway,
it, really.
all right. Let's talk about a real good sequel, Toy Story 2.
Oh, jeez.
Why
Alright,
would you-
Half-Life 2 is going to be my submission.
Yeah,
I'm
Half-Life
just
2 is good.
claiming that while it's out on the table.
God damn it! I was going to talk about Half-Life 2.
Winston.
Right, fine. If you're going to pick Half-Life 2, you know what I'm going to pick? Halo 2.
Oh, fuck it!
There are those who say this day would never come. What are they to
What
say
a day
now?
to say no.
All right, which one should we talk about first? Half-Life 2 or Halo 2? They both came out the same year. Halo 2 came out
Half-Life
first.
2.
We talk about Halo 2 first, I guess.
Oh shit, okay.
Halo 2 came out like
Oh,
a
shit.
week before Half-Life 2 did.
That is true, yeah.
Yeah, Half-Life 2 came out like 16th of November. I don't know. It's a long time ago. Nearly 15 years ago, actually. Halo 2, despite stupid-ass development, ended up being a good game.
That Bungie still hates to this day.
Yeah. Combat Evolved, I still think Combat Evolved was better, and I prefer Halo 3, but, Halo 2 was still pretty good.
It was more.
Dude,
It was edgy. It was metal.
Okay, honestly, like that scene, the Breaking Benjamin freaking, you guys know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
right? Where you go into the thing of the
doesn't?
Arbiter.
It's the instrumental version of Blow Me
Yeah.
Away. Which actually, fun fact, they didn't. Breaking Benjamin didn't receive any payment for that having the song in the game. They didn't
I
get.
love that.
Yeah, they didn't receive any money.
Oh.
They just did it for publicity and for the sake of being awesome. They didn't get any money off of.
That's
fun.
actually pretty awesome.
Fun fact as well: the Wachowskis were a big fan of Halo.
Yeah, they were.
They
Actually.
were a huge fan.
Yep.
So yeah, back
But
to
now they're
Halo.
transgender.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we haven't heard anything from them since Jupiter Ascending. But yeah, back to Halo 2.
Back to Halo 2, right? One thing I like about Halo 2, fucking story's good.
Yeah.
Yep, and any Call of Duty 4, or Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 player says otherwise, they are wrong.
Right, okay. Halo 2 has a terrific story, and it came out during a time where storytelling in games was really becoming like its own thing. I mean, like I know a lot of people out there say that stories in games weren't good until the 2010s. They are fucking wrong. We had games like Metal Gear Solid, we had games like Mass Effect, BioShock, Max Payne, Halo. We had plenty of great stories in games before then, alright? Halo 2...
Yeah, you had like games like, I don't know, like fucking Ghostbusters, the video game, for God's sake. That was fun.
Yeah.
Well, I
That
don't
was a
know.
fun
Lego Star
story.
Wars is probably the best.
Oh, and here's a
the
good
best
thing.
story game.
Oh, and here's the thing. Halo 2 had a good story without having too many cutscenes in it. Like, you didn't have cutscenes every 5 fucking minutes.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is very
exactly.
true.
Like, developers, do you not get it nowadays? You don't need, like, a million different cutscenes to make a story in a game good. Seriously. Stop it.
Oh, by the way, have you guys beat Legendary by any chance?
I have been all
Yeah,
the Halo games on
I have.
Legendary.
Am I the only one that
Jackal
didn't have...
snipers.
Here's the thing.
Snipers.
Am I the only one in the world that didn't have a problem with the Jackal snipers?
I'm out, I'm
What are
out,
you
I'm out. No,
talking
no, no,
about? Oh, fuck. Oi, V! What? Are you sure you played the right game there, mate?
Yeah, I'm being serious. I did not have a problem with it.
No, 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 no.
No. Like,
No,
it
no.
may have been because... Let me finish. It may have been because, like, I know that game like the back of my hand, to the point where I know where the enemies are going to spawn. I know exactly what time, they're going to be, or whatever, to the point where I'm just like, oh, no, I know that sniper
Well,
jackal.
yeah.
That kind of
My
stuff.
first playthrough was absolute hell, but like once I started to learn it, yeah. But still, honestly, it was mainly because I beat Halo 2. Almost every single time I beat Halo 2 on Legendary, I was playing multiplayer. So I was usually playing with somebody who didn't know really, or they were like overconfident because they beat Halo CE with me or something on Legendary, or Halo Reach or something, and they're like, "Oh, it wasn't that hard." And then they turn around a corner and there's like literally 37 Jackal snipers that shoot them before they can even take a breath. But
Nani?
yeah, exactly.
But no, I am being serious. Like, I didn't have that bad of a time on Halo 2 Legendary. I really
Jackal
didn't.
snipers are like, you know, like with modern society, not modern society, modern like kind of gaming culture, there's always like that one boss or that one thing, that one really difficult thing that pops up. Like with Dark Souls, it's the giant dad, or literally any other boss. And then with with Undertale, it's Sans. With fucking Halo too, it's just the Jackal snipers. It's just the Jackal snipers.
The only one thing that I don't have, like, I mean, I do have criticisms with Halo 2, but the one thing that really pissed me off was the deletion of the Juggernaut flood forms.
Those are canon now, which is good.
They're canon, but they weren't in the fucking mainstream games.
Well, they're in the arcade game now, which is awesome.
Yeah, but that's more of a spin-off type of game. It's on the lines of like Halo, Spartan Assault. Not like I'm sure the arcade gaming like itself isn't bad, but it isn't like a mainstream Halo type.
That is true, yeah.
But like as a kid, I remember seeing like pictures of the Flood Juggernauts and like on that mission, and the High Charity mission and everything like that. And I was just thinking that would have shat my pants, but like that would have been so fun to fight. But I wonder why did they delete it?
Because it was there's a few. I just jumped back into the conversation for no reason. I've been listening the whole time, just in case you thought I was away. I've been listening the whole time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We've been listening to you.
Yeah. There is the reason why the Flood Juggernaut was only going to appear twice in the game anyway. from what we know from development. I know this is a bit too much development thing, but the Flood Juggernaut was actually super along in development. That the only thing it was lacking was a death animation. Like literally, like in like the actual like PC version of the game, if you spawn them in and if you kill them, they just kind of freeze in place because that. The only thing they lack is a death animation. That's it. But the thing is, the reason why they were cut, I think, is for story reasons, but also for time. Like, pretty much anything that was cut from Halo 2, 99% of the time, it was because of time restraints.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I even hear that like Gravemind was like supposed to be like a boss in Halo 3.
Yeah, it was supposed to appear in Halo
Apparently.
3. Yeah, there's concept art for it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would have loved to seen that. I would have loved.
Yeah.
Right, going just a little bit into Halo 3 and everything like that. There was this really cool mechanic that was deleted where like your vision, like your visor would go like funny. But that was mainly because it was something that like it had something to do with Cortana, and that through each level there was like these things that you could pick up. But like the closer you got to, that object, the blurrier your visor would get. And apparently you can unlock that through like a beta mode or beta mod.
It was also
on the
later used in
360.
Halo 4, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but it wasn't as effective.
Yeah, but anyway, getting back to Halo 2, I think the reason why it was cut was for lore reasons, because what was going to happen, it was kind of the Flood Juggernaut. What the hell was that?
It was the Flood Juggernaut.
Yeah, okay.
Run.
Yeah, it was just a weird noise. The Flood Juggernaut was kind of like a mini Gravemind in that it kind of controlled like the flood around it, and when you killed it, it was like supposed to be like a mini boss, and it was only supposed to appear twice in the game. Like it wasn't even gonna appear. It wasn't gonna appear all that much in the game anyway. But the thing is, just like the reason why all the flood around it would die is because it didn't have anything to control it. But then Bungie was probably like, "Oh wait, it still has the Gravemind. This doesn't make any sense." But also, the thing is, as you know, Halo 2 had some serious balancing issues, and like if you watch the original like video of like General Kid's video, like it takes a huge amount of firepower to put it down. Like it's just like way too powerful. So
One moment, I just got I think I got a mail package. I'll be right back because somebody's knocking on my door, and I'm expecting a mail package. I'll be right back.
be sure it isn't a mail bomb.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
But like even as you are describing it right now, like I can imagine like in a first-person view, like the battle rifle or whatever, like a flood juggernaut is just coming towards you with like the flood spores and the flood combat forms. Like I can just imagine that right now, and I'm just like, that would have been just so cool to see, just from a visual perspective.
Yeah.
Like I like the design as well, and I like the fact they are fucking giants.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I
They are
like-
17 feet tall.
It's right, like
They are
honestly.
taller. They are taller than the Barons of Hell from Doom.
Ooh. Like I would like there is a reason why the flood was basically my boogeyman as a kid growing up.
Oh, that was the Michael
But
Myers
like
for me.
Oh, Michael Myers, he's a misunderstood dude. You just give him some cup of tea and he'll be fine.
By the way, the new Halloween film, just quickly, no, this isn't really the topic. New Halloween film, meh. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah. We're gonna have to wrap this up, unfortunately, for me, because I gotta go soon. But
Oh,
couple
we
of
can
things
we
came up, but
can
yeah, sorry.
finish. Like I mean, we can finish it. Like there when you go.
Like
Obviously-
I might just have to leave, and then you guys can continue. But yeah.
All right, Henry. Well, thank you
Yeah,
for
sorry
joining
about
us, Henry.
Yeah, no worries. I'll kind of make my last point here, I guess, because because I gotta attend a party tonight, and I have not been looking at the time.
How dare you have a social life?
Oh shit. Yeah,
How
no.
dare
So,
you?
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway,
it's a Halloween
you do what you need to do, Henry.
Alrighty. Yeah, no,
Also,
basically, oh, sorry, you go.
Oh yeah. Well done on the Spyro thing, by the way.
Oh,
'Cause,
thank you.
Gordon's
Yeah,
already
you as
released
well.
like a pretty. No, I'm shit. You're better.
Oof, thanks, buddy. Yeah.
You're brilliant. I was shit. Everyone
Aw.
would say, no, you're really good. I was like, no, I'm shit.
you everyone's got to start somewhere, though. So
Yeah, true. Yeah, well done.
Well done, man.
You as well. But yeah, no. Kind of wrapping up on the Flood Juggernaut thing. I remember because Halo 2 came out like just before kind of YouTube started off in 2005. So I remember there was just a bunch of talk about it. Like people, I thought when Halo 2 first came out and people were talking about this Flood Juggernaut, I thought it was just like a big rumor, you know, one of those like common myths and legends about games. But
The
like a
creepypasta
year,
of Halo
yeah,
2.
kind of, yeah, because there was no YouTube at that time when the game first came out. Like YouTube was just kind of starting off, and there was no like, you know, nobody could post videos about it on YouTube. There was other stuff, so it was kind of like not as widespread. So people would be like, "Oh, dude, have you heard about the Flood Juggernaut?" And it's like, "Oh, that's a myth. There's no way." And I remember there was actually like in my when I was in school, there was this rumor that if you knock down all the boxes on that level, then it would spawn. And I remember doing it. Yeah. Like if you knock them off the map, it would spawn.
It never did. It never did.
There's just a bunch of rumors like, oh, if you do wield the needlers and shoot up into the air, and if one of them bounce backs and hits you or something like that, then that means it's coming or something stupid like that. People would just keep making up stuff, and
Oh, jeez.
yeah, and then it was real. A year later, we all found out, and we were like, oh shit, it is actually a real cut enemy. And there was a lot of rumors in my school about like the different colored sentinels. You know, there's like the silver one and the gold one in Halo 2. People were like, "Oh, there's a blue one as well. Oh, it's in the level quarantine zone. You don't see it. It's somewhere."
Also, here's a fun fact: Master Chief never encounters a sentinel in Halo 2.
I know that. Okay, it's so weird because I've played Halo 2 so many times. It's one of my most favorite ones, and I never noticed it until like somebody pointed it out, and I'm like, oh my god, Master Chief never fights a single Sentinel. There's no levels with even a single one.
Well, unless
He
you
doesn't
count,
get to use.
unless you count 2401 Penitent Tangent as a sentinel, but you know, it's
Nah.
if you wanna, you know. But in terms of gameplay,
yeah. Chief never uses a Sentinel beam as well in campaign. He never gets the chance to.
Yeah,
That's
Marines
insane.
never do it as well.
So I wonder if there is a first-person animation for Chief holding the Sentinel beam, probably because there's a Spartan animation for holding the Sentinel beam. But I wonder if there's like if
They're
Chief
probably-
Can the Marines hold it?
no. Because there's a level with the Marines shooting at the Flood that die when you're playing as the Arbiter, and there's a way that you can save them by bouncing a grenade, and you can trade with them. They don't fight you when you're playing as the Arbiter, and you can't trade Sentinel beams with them. No.
Ah, right.
Yeah. You can trade other weapons with them, though, which is pretty cool.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a level where Chief was battling Sentinels. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It was just cut out.
Well, we know that there's a level that was cut out where Chief rides a Forerunner tank through tunnels. It was supposed to take place after the level where you kill Regret.
And then he gets
Oh,
jumped
yeah.
by Japanese hentai.
Yeah, and you fight like Gravemind tentacles in a Forerunner tank. Yeah, that was a.
Do you know what? Like, I like that. Like, well, I think it was all meant to be like underwater and everything like that. So if you're kind of like in a submarine or something like that, like, could you imagine just seeing the fucking Gravemind like under the water, just staring at you? I would have shat my pants.
That was actually one of the ways the Gravemind. I know Henry is supposed to be going soon, but yeah, that was actually the way the Gravemind was originally supposed to be introduced. Like, you would be walking around like during like the floor in a tank level. Like, once like you drop off, you would run around the facility, and his tentacles would start smashing the place up. And, you know, like, at the end, you know, you would come face to face with him, and he'd be like, yo, bitch, I'm the fucking Gravemind.
Yeah.
Another reason why that fucker was my boogeyman. Ugh.
Yeah, the remastered version looks even weirder.
Yeah.
We could talk about, like, boogeymans and childhood fears, like, later, I guess.
Alright, childhood fear,
some
alright? Here's a
stories.
childhood fear for me, alright? Nothing. I ain't a pussy.
Fearless. Alrighty, well, I got to skedaddle, but
Alright. Thank you for joining us,
it was
Henry.
great talking with you as always.
Yeah, we're
no,
definitely not crazy.
Yeah, don't worry, Henry. We love you. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Mwah. Mwah. All right, see you guys. Have a good one. Take care.
Okay, sayonara.
See you.
Sayonara.
Bye. Should we cut off or should we carry on?
Well, we can carry on if you want. I mean, Henry was with us for an hour and 14 minutes, so that's pretty impressive. We can keep going if you
Yeah.
want to.
Yeah, let's just maybe go off a little bit topic. I mean,
Let's go.
going back to like the grave mine stuff. I mean, just like that, just because like I have a really crazy imagination, but like I can just imagine, obviously, like in the first person mode and everything like that, like the flood, like the grave mine tentacle just going through all the fucking windows and like water's rushing in. Like, could you imagine if there was like a gauntlet where you just had to run from the water and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, nah, that fucker scared the shit out of me. I couldn't sleep. He
Yeah.
was my boogeyman. The flood is my boogeyman.
Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, the thing is that the Gravemind character model in the game actually does not have like a bottom of it. It just kind of ends. So we don't even know like where like it goes to, or if it is just a huge tentacle. Like, is it part of like a bigger monster? I guess
Oh God, don't even. Oh no.
it's like the hive mind from Dead Space.
Yeah, I wonder though, is the grave mind as big as fucking Cloverfield from Cloverfield? Like, oh shit.
Now the
Yeah, that
Gravemind
kind
is
of
probably
stuff.
bigger than that.
Oof, oof, oof.
Yeah, in Halo
Yeah.
3 he does not have a character model. Yeah.
Well, actually, he does. It's in the manual.
Yeah, but
It's
he doesn't have an
actually like,
actual like in-game character model. At least for
but
one.
like, but like that makes me wonder why the hell was he included in the manual when he's not even in the game
Because he
as
was
like an
probably supposed
actual
to be included.
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't even like his design. Just from the look of the manual, it was completely different
He looks like
from
me when I
Halo
wake up
2's.
every morning.
Oh god, bro. Oh, oof, 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 oof.
Yeah, but yeah, Halo 2, great fucking game. The one issue I have with it, the multiplayer for it as well is great. One issue I have with it though, cliffhanger ending. Seriously,
I don't mind it.
right?
If anything, oh, if anything, it got me excited for Halo 3. Um, yeah, I don't have any problem with it, honestly. Like, I'm someone who doesn't like with me as a person. Like, I just if people say, "Oh, like this is bad" or whatever, I'm just like, not to me. I just accept it. Really, I just accept it for what it is. You know, it's like what everyone said about the Last Jedi. You know, I don't find it a bad movie, like whatsoever,
I enjoyed
because
it.
I don't look too deep. I don't look too deep into it.
Yeah,
You
there's that
know.
like one Muller guy on YouTube. He made like a 5 hour long analysis on it.
Oh God.
Like literally, because he was going like through like every single scene, like and like every single line of dialogue, and it's just like, dude, I think this is just a bit overkill. I mean, like,
Yeah.
congrats,
Like
man, that you
you,
made like content that's like 5 hours long and is just like deeply critical. You like,
yeah.
congrats, but there's a point where it's just like this is a bit too much.
Yeah. Like you are allowed, to criticize stuff, right?
Yeah,
But like
criticize anything
you,
however you want, but you gotta ask yourself at some point, am I?
when do I stop?
Yeah, yeah. Then he also makes the whole like thing of like, oh, the Last Jedi is objectively bad.
Yeah. I
That
mean, I
sentence
don't
makes no
even
sense.
like. I didn't even think Rose was that annoying. Like, I don't feel like she needed to be there. But even when she was, I wasn't like, oh, this character's fucking horrible. Get rid of her, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
I,
mean,
I, I just like, I just don't have. I just don't get the hate. Honestly, I obviously spoilers for it, but I find Luke Skywalker's death kind of beautiful and symbolic.
it's kind of
If you
ends the
get
way it
and
begins.
peace, yeah, like I made it like a comment on someone's tweet about it, and they just said, "Oh no, no, no! You're the only one that you're definitely the only one that doesn't mind the ending." And I'm just like, that's a bit wrong, honestly. Like
Eh,
it's a peaceful way for him to go out. It's not over dramatic like like every single big Hollywood blockbuster movie is when a major character dies. It's quick, sweet, and simple. You know. It's not like, oh, Luke, Leia, remember me for who I was. Oh, the Force will be with you.
They used to
Yeah.
call me Skywalker. Remember me.
Yeah, that kind of fucking bollocks.
Yeah.
Like, just him sitting there having like this sort of sad but like happy smile on his face, and he's looking at the sun, and it cuts to like from him, but from behind, and then he fades. That's peaceful. The Jedi are meant to be peaceful, and it's symbolic. It starts where it began, as you said.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't know we were gonna have a talk about the Last Jedi, but yeah, sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just a sequel related, but stuff like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, and also the thing is with Mauler, I know I mentioned him. The thing is with like him and like the YouTubers he like collaborates with, they do like 7 hour long responses to like videos because they literally like interrupt the person like every single sentence.
Oof.
And I'm just like, just let them make their point. Like that's the reason why you're not getting what they're saying half the time is because you keep stopping them every single sentence. They haven't even made their point yet, and you're stopping them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's like live streams where they take like 40 minutes to respond to like a 5 minute video because just like every single sentence is. They're probably going to respond to our podcast now because we mentioned them for like 10 seconds.
Well, we didn't even mention their names, so it's all right.
Well, we did. I mentioned Mauler. Mauler also.
I don't know who he is, so yeah.
He's a dude from Wales, which is also where I live. I live in Wales in the UK. Kind of coincidence, but yeah, he's a dude who did a 3 part, 5 hour long video series on the Last Jedi, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, but towards the end, what?
It's like I said, you are allowed to make criticism on whatever you want, but you've just got it. There is a stopping point.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Like if I wanted to, and if I had a very good computer, I would make so many videos on why I love Halo. I would make so many videos, but I just don't have the time, and I don't even think it's necessary. It's not up to me. It's up to everyone to make their own critiques of the franchise. You can go the art style complaint or whatever, but
and also. Really. Yeah, and also he's a very strong believer that there is such a thing as objective value to art, such as movies and video games. I know it's become a much more popular thing recently. People believe there is such a thing as objective value to art.
Right, here's the funny thing you got to know about with me, right? Some of like all this objective like wording and everything like that, I have no fucking clue what it means.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah, I may have just put maybe like go, haha, Baggy, stupid, he's Forrest Gump.
My mama always told me, why does nobody know how to flush the toilet after having a shit?
What was that thing like? I saw a spider and then I ran. I saw the flood. I saw the flood, and then I ran.
Yeah, but the thing is, all right, the whole idea. I wish this is why I want to kind of like. I might actually want to talk to him sometime. I might actually challenge him to a debate sometime about this because the basic idea is that art can be judged factually or whatever. Like you can
yeah.
You can.
I mean, it's like with NFFW art, I don't like it, at all. But like, I'm not judging the person who's making it. I wish they would make something better.
Yeah,
something creative.
That's not exactly what the thing I'm talking about is, but yeah, I got what you're saying.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what I mean about this whole objective thing. Like, sometimes I just don't understand the meaning.
Right. It's basically like where you like. It's basically. It can mean multiple things. It basically objective basically just means like facts and like not letting like opinions get in the way. But the issue is with saying something like art, for example, is objectively bad. Good and bad are entirely subjective concepts, and criticism itself is entirely subjective, right? Because the definition of criticism is like what one perceives to be a fault, right?
Yeah.
And like a lot of people say critique and criticism is the same thing. They're not. They kind of are, but they're not exactly the same thing. But either way, both are subjective. Like there is no such thing as objective criticism, at least when it comes to art. Like there is no objective way to analyze art, like, because art is entirely built upon emotions and subjective feelings and opinions. There is no like factually like good way to make a film or a movie.
Well, it's like I know you're gonna completely disagree with me on this one, but it's your favorite sequel of all time. Like I have fun with Max Payne 3, I just find it fun. But
Yeah, but at
like
the same time,
I
I don't go around telling people like, oh yeah, it's a fact that this game is bad. It's objectively
yeah,
bad.
that's just your opinion. You're
Yeah,
voicing your opinion.
yeah. That's
Like
like
right
one.
now,
Oh, sorry to
I'm
interrupt.
voicing my opinion on like Max Payne 3 isn't perfect. You get killed so fucking easily in that game. But
One shot to the head and you're dead. How's that fun?
yeah, but when everything is going your way, when you pull off 6 shots and everything like that, it's fun. I couldn't give a shit about the story, but in terms of the gameplay, yeah. But
Yeah.
I can understand why you hate it because obviously the first 2 games mean something to you.
Yeah.
You know?
But also it's just a case of just like just as a game in general, I just don't think it's all that fun. But
Yeah,
like the thing, I don't get this whole like idea of like, oh, you can factually judge art. Like art isn't based upon science. Really,
yeah,
it's not it's based upon entertainment, and entertainment itself is subjective.
mm,
I mean, like I don't get the whole idea of like, oh, like maybe if like I had Mola here, you could better explain it to me. But like from what I've heard, like it's just like the whole concept just doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
yeah. It's like with Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, people fucking
we're
hate
using
people.
examples.
Example, yeah, people fucking hate that game to death.
It's edgy
I
as
think
shit.
I think it's a cool game. I like the idea of a hedgehog holding a gun. I think it's fucking absurd, but it's so weird and so wacky.
My
You know?
reaction when I first played that game was, "Wow, this is the fucking edgiest thing ever."
No, I just said, "Oh, right, this is fucking cool." But then, obviously, growing up and knowing the internet, people like I said, people voice their opinions on
Yeah,
it,
but also,
and
oh, sorry to interrupt.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
Like,
but
what were you
also
gonna say?
he says the Last Jedi is objectively bad. Like I said, that whole statement in itself just doesn't make any sense because good and bad are entirely subjective concepts. There is no objective, like there is no like factually good or bad. There is, like what one considers good or bad to be is entirely based on what they see and experience. There is no such thing as like, oh, it's a fact that this is good. Like that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's like again with me, with me in the prequels. I don't, I don't find I don't find the prequels that bad. Like seriously, I don't.
Yeah.
They have problems. They fucking had their problems.
Yeah.
But every time that if I see them on TV, I will watch them. If I look at them at my DVD collection, which I do have them, I will watch one of them because I enjoy them. They are fun films to watch. They have fucking terrible issues that are glaring, but I will just ignore them and just focus on the good things. That's
Yeah.
how I view. That's how I view all forms of entertainment.
Yeah, it depends on whether the good outweighs the bad or the bad outweighs the
Oh
good.
yeah,
I guess.
definitely.
But like the thing is, we all see like and like we all judge art like differently. Like we have different criteria we use to like judge art. Like when I say like a game is good, I'm not saying it's a fact. I'm saying based on what I consider a good video game to be. Like, oh, I think Max Payne 2 is a great game because it basically does everything what I consider a good video game to be, and it provokes a lot of emotion from me, and it has an amazing story, an amazing soundtrack. It's just like none of that's a fact. That's just like this is like one thing. Like I got like one comment about that on my Portal review because I made a slight joke about like objective criticism in my Portal review. I don't know if most people interpreted it as a joke because I said it in like the same style I say everything else. So my mistake, but someone's saying like this review isn't objective enough. I'm just like, well, how is it meant to be objective? It's my opinion on a video game. None of this is a fact. This is just my thoughts.
Well, here's one thing, and I think we all must realize this. Considering the world that we are living in.
Politicalness. Oh no, I gotta drown him out.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's like with like the internet and everything like that. Just the way everything is just becoming toxic on the internet. Every single hour of every minute or whatever, or every minute of every hour, you know, sometimes we just have to just ignore the people who just who just don't like our views on things.
Yeah.
Um, that's the internet. Obviously, people will use the internet for all the wrong reasons. Um, but that's just both the internet and humanity.
Yeah. Anyway, let's
Um,
get back on topic for a bit. We'll go for like another like 20 minutes or so, I guess.
yeah, because I need to play some more Red Dead 2. I can hear Arthur Morgan calling for me. Hold on, darling.
This podcast is now over. No, I'm just kidding. We'll go for like another like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah. Just going back to Red Dead 2 though. I think Arthur is a fucking brilliant character. Like he's extremely likable, but you can tell he has flaws, much like Max Payne. Like you can tell he's a likable character, but like he's had a very fucked up past. That kind of stuff. But would you
yeah,
say? I mean, would you call Max Payne a likable, relatable protagonist?
relatable. I'm not sure. Likeable, yeah.
You know, Alan Wake, another Remedy, character.
No, you know what's funny?
Uh,
I only just realized this the other day. Max Payne 2 is the only sequel Remedy has made. Literally no
well,
other game they've
unless
made has gotten a sequel.
unless you call like American Nightmare a spiritual
It's a
sequel
it's an
to
expansion
Alan
pack, I
Wake.
guess.
Yeah, but it takes. Yeah, I guess you're right on that one. But no, it's like with Alan Wake. You could understand his struggle. He's trying to find the person he cares about, but he's gonna have to go through some pretty messed up shit in order to do so.
Yeah.
But because of that love and passion for whatever the hell his lover's name was, I can't remember. You know, it's like that kind of stuff. You're like, yeah, I can understand what this dude was. If I was in his situation, I would do everything in my power to get the person I love back,
Yeah. Also,
even if that
Remedy,
means
please make
crawling
Alan
through
Wake 2.
hell.
Please make Alan Wake 2. I want Alan
It
Wake
does
2.
it does exist. It's on YouTube. And it
Yeah.
never got actually physically released. Fucking UFOs and shit. Oh, getting X-Files up in here. Woo,
Yeah.
chills.
The thing is, because it's just like even like 8 years later, I still have no idea what happened at the end of Alan Wake, and it's been 8 years, and it's one of my favorite games, but it's just like even I have no idea what happened at the end.
I kind of do if you bought the Signal DLC.
Nope.
You didn't buy the Signal DLC.
Nope.
Ooh. I never finished it because it was boring and hard, and it was basically horde mode. Um, Basically, you play as Alan through I guess the creepy world or whatever the hell it was called. But Barry, like a projected version of Barry, guides you throughout this journey through this dark
Oh my.
place. And yeah, I never finished it, but it pissed me off because all it was just basically, oh, you follow Barry, there's some exposition, oh, you do horde mode, rinse and repeat, and it wasn't fun.
Yeah. Although what I do
Uh,
like about Alan Wake, Poets of the Fall return from Max Payne 2.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Love him.
oh yeah. What did you think of my music video, by the way? Like,
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's not really a song that fits well with Halo, but it's pretty good.
yeah,
music video.
you left a comment saying like, oh, like the way you've structured it, it made it like fit with
Yeah.
the Halo universe. Like that's the thing. I am so open to criticism.
Same
Like
here.
it's like I always get excited to see when a new comment comes up in my videos. So it's like, hey man, this is cool, but maybe you could change this and everything like that. You know, like that's. I don't think I don't know any other person other than you that actually wants criticism as long as it's valid.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
constructive.
Yeah, like someone commented on my Max Payne 2 video and he just said, I completely disagree with your idea of what the story is. And I'm just like, yeah, sure. That's okay.
Yeah,
It's
but
my
then again,
interpretation of the story, It's not like this is the way you interpret it. It's what I think about the story. He thought, he said, it's a good video, but I completely disagree with you on everything you said about the story.
yeah, but then again, that's his opinion.
Yeah, that's his interpretation of the story, Interpretations differ. But
Yeah.
damn, Sam Lake, he's a good fucking writer, and I love him.
I like I know the Matrix has been like a meme for me, but seriously, he would be perfect for like a Matrix game. Remedy would be perfect if they could get the license and the rights to make a Matrix game. They would be perfect for it,
Yeah, it
especially
would
with
be like
all.
Path of Neo on crack.
Oh, fuck yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Um,
By the way,
you
Path of
know,
Neo review is coming.
oh yeah, I'm gonna have an orgasm over that. No, I'm not. Don't worry.
Yeah, which Baggy
Um,
Eats Button 117 may or may not be involved with a review on Enter the Matrix and Path of Neo.
oh yeah, talking of Enter Matrix, did you find your disc or
Nope.
the install disc?
Nope.
So you just have to do
Yeah, they
it
just let
through
like
emulator.
the first thing. Look at like you go to the store, all right. It's only one disc in there, and it says like CD1 on it. So it's just like I know there's more discs. It's the first thing I saw when I opened up the case. You're selling a game that I can't even play. Like sex. Do you check your games before you fucking sell them? You dickheads. Like literally,
Yeah,
that company has a really bad reputation, and I'm considering never buying from them again.
Do you know what? I've not had a single bad game from them.
Oh, you are lucky because
Oh yeah, and you also asked why the hell do I have like two versions of Neo, and then like two versions of Enter the Matrix.
well, you had like four, no, you had like four copies of like Path of Neo. You had two for the Xbox, one for the PC, one for the GameCube. Why do you need four versions of the same game?
No, Neo didn't. Path of Neo didn't come out on the GameCube.
It did.
No, it didn't.
Are you sure about that? One sec, let me check this. I'm gonna go to your
Yeah.
Twitter and I'm gonna watch that video. I'm gonna see this right now, okay?
Or you could go on Google and type in.
No, because I'm gonna see
The
the actual
Matrix.
video itself. One second, I need to
Oh.
see this. Sorry for the awkwardness about on the podcast. By the way, everyone, I need to see this. Do 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 do.
I'm just expecting you to make like a Blade Runner reference, like forward, go back, forward,
Forward,
zoom
go
in,
back.
zoom in.
Now I'm having to look at all the memes you made. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What the hell? No, leave me alone. Let me see. Okay, I found it. Alright.
All right.
Alright. There's two for Path of Neo, one for Enter the Matrix on the Xbox, and one for Why do you need two copies of Enter the Matrix? One on the Xbox, one on the GameCube. Why?
Matrix Collection, I guess. Get every single version.
Well, then why didn't you get the PC version of Enter the Matrix?
I couldn't find it,
Yeah.
especially in CX. I literally got the Xbox version for it for like 50p in CEX. So, plus, what if it becomes backwards compatible?
I guess, but then again, why would you need the GameCube version of it then?
Because I've had the GameCube version ever since I was 5 years old.
All right, fair enough. Then again, I can't really say much.
Yeah, it's still
I have Path of Neo emulated on the PC, and I have the actual PC version, so you know.
Oh yeah. There's one thing I like. I think it should be the last thing we should talk about. You messaged me the other day saying like, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with the graphics on the
Yeah,
PC
It's
version."
fine.
Have you tried messing around with the settings?
Yes, and it works. You told me it didn't
Wha-
work.
wha-
It works just fine.
It doesn't work for me.
Why not?
It just doesn't. Like every time I click OK,
I think you might have
if you
gotten
do,
a dodgy version of the game, man.
well, there's no virus. There hasn't been like a virus or anything like. I mean, like it doesn't run like shit. It just looks fucking awful, and it doesn't have any of the nice atmospheric effects.
It looks just
that's
fine
in
for
like
me. I have it. I have it put up to max settings. It looks just fine.
Oh, well, then there you go. I mean, graphics don't mean shit, but it doesn't work for me on a PC. It just doesn't. It's not because I hate PC.
Yeah. Okay. Either it's your PC or you got a dodgy version of the game.
I mean, my computer can play fucking Black Ops at like medium. So
Right, your PC's fine.
it isn't a gaming PC, but
Yeah.
I mean, I was surprised that it could play Black Ops at medium settings with barely any fuck ups.
Yeah, but anyway, but yeah, I played the PC version of Path of Neo. It's fine. I like the fact that it has free aim, unlike the console version where it's lock on. It's free aim. Whoa!
I will if they do come if both Enter the Matrix and Neo come backwards compatible. I will stream them. I promise you, I will stream them.
And I will make reviews of them, even if they don't become backwards compatible.
I don't know how we're going to do the collaboration though. Like, I really just don't.
I know. I mean, we're discussing this publicly on the podcast. We can discuss it afterwards if you want.
Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, sure. But obviously, I don't want to be on this for too long because I do want to just chill, get some Pepsi, and go fucking ballistic. So yeah.
So we'll talk about one more sequel, Half-Life 2.
Yeah. I do like Half-Life 2.
Half-Life 1's
I
good
like
as well.
Yeah, Half-Life 1, but it's a product of its time.
Yeah, kind of like Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Duke Nukem as a character hasn't really aged too well because he was very like 90s, like, oh, I'm Arnold, I'm big muscular man. Like Duke Nukem hasn't aged well because he's a product of his time, and it's kind of the same thing with Half-Life. I am currently doing a review on Half-Life, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be like the most unique review I've done. It's probably going to be longer than the Max Payne 2 video as well. I'm not going to spoil anything, but yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting.
The one, right, just a quick tangent here, but the one thing that I'm worried is when you are doing lengthy reviews is that it will be very off-putting for just the random viewer, and that's why I like the idea of maybe you should do it in parts, maybe. Do a very long edited version, edit all together, but then split it, make sure obviously it fits nicely as well and it isn't abrupt, and then just make it in parts, make part 2 parts, part 1, part 2, done deal. Yeah.
Well, I think with the Half-Life review, it has to be one part because it just doesn't work otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I may consider it for the longer reviews. Say, I've made 2-hour-long reviews of games, but it hasn't gotten to that level yet. Plus, people don't really seem to mind length. I mean, the Max Payne 2 video was 51 minutes long, if I round to the nearest minute. And it got it's the fastest video to get 100 views. So clearly, people don't have an issue with length.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, it isn't too long. It isn't that much longer than my previous videos. The longest one I made before that was the Splinter Cell one, which was 35 minutes. So it's not.
Yeah.
It's only 15 minutes longer, I guess.
Yeah. But no, going back to the Half-Life 2 and everything like
that. Half-Life 2 video would be 10 hours long because I have so much I love about that game. I grew up with all the Half-Life games and Doom and all that. Just with Half-Life 2, there's just so many things I want to talk about. That's the thing. That's the thing I hate about these reviews. I got to make these 30-minute long reviews. I could talk about all these games for hours on end. That's the thing. Sorry to interrupt, but it's just for example, Doom 3. That video is 34 minutes long. It's just I could talk about that game for a whole day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be surprised that I didn't get to play any of the Half-Life games until 2015? But I have known about Half-Life since I was about 6. So I knew about them when I was 6 years old, just wasn't allowed to play them, but it wasn't until 2015 I really started to get into them and start to play them.
I don't know, I started playing Half-Life when, around when I was 8.
I know that. Do you know what? That's funny because there's an original Xbox version of Half-Life 2.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yeah, my dad had that, but he never allowed me to see it at all. I just looked on the cover and I just thought, oh, this looks cool. Oh, there's this weird thing that just looks something straight ripped out of Tom Cruise's War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
Which, if you look at them, the Striders, they look very similar to the tripods.
Yeah, although they're way cooler than the tripods.
Yeah, although I do love the tripods in the WoW.
Yeah, I mean, we all love the tripods, but the Striders, they're pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Half-Life 2, plus there's also the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions with the orange box. Those are way better versions to play.
Now the Xbox One Xbox One X enhanced now. So
Yeah, that's lovely.
hey.
Um, I mean, that's the thing. The PS3 version of the Orange Box wasn't too good because the PS3 version was handled by EA, surprisingly. Um, but the Xbox 360 version was handled by Valve, so it turned out just fine.
Yeah, funny that, and they never supported Team Fortress 2 ever again.
Yeah, like Valve is known for not really being a big fan of consoles, and some of the reasons are valid, but then again, at the same time, it's just like, well, the way consoles work are very different from PCs, so they kind of have to work this way. Like, there's no real way you can go against it. Like, they have to
Mm.
work a specific way. Like, they aren't
Like,
PCs; they are very different. So, to be fair
yeah.
on like the console players, that's why, you know, I
I
know
mean,
I'm a PC gamer, but I'll back up the console gamers for once.
yeah, I mean, like Half-Life 2, even on the consoles, just from a control wise, it feels nice. It feels kind of natural. You don't feel like, oh, it's the controls are horrible, if they're sloppy or anything like that. No,
Yeah.
it does feel very nice. It feels very responsive and fluid. And yeah, I don't have any like I even if they made more Half-Life games or and all that sort of business, I'd have no problem. I'd be very excited if they
Yeah.
had it on the consoles. Heck,
All
even the original Half-Life.
Yeah, although
So
Valve has said they aren't really a big fan of exclusives, so if they were to make more games, which they never will, they would definitely put it on consoles because Valve is not a big fan of exclusives.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
like even PC exclusive, they're just like they don't feel good about locking off like player bases. Even if they're not a big fan of consoles, they'll still make the game for consoles. If
Yeah,
Half Life
and
Three
like
was to ever happen, Half Life Three would be on consoles.
yeah, and I have to, I have to pat them on the back for that because they're going, they're kind of like, oh, we don't want to make it, but we will because we don't want people being left out.
Yeah,
So
Valve, even though they've kind of gone downhill, they still have some good left in them. So.
yeah,
Um,
but
But yeah, again back to Half Life 2. Half Life 2, like even today, just kind of blows my mind away. And the fact that it's like nearly 15 years old is just like the way that game.
spooky.
Yeah, but it's just like it's kind of hard to put into words. It's just like that game just like completely blows me away. Like even like all these years later, in terms of structure, in terms of storytelling, in terms of variety. It offers so much that like even modern day video games are struggling to keep up with. I mean, maybe you could argue Titanfall 2 comes close, but like even then, Half Life 2 still has that beat by a mile. In terms of variety and structure. But I just like the thing is like it seems developers only took the wrong lessons from Half Life. They thought like what like half made Half Life great was just like all these, which is like the simple things, just like oh it's continuous flow. Oh, it's like it's a huge leap in storytelling, and then they just took that the complete wrong way and fucked it up in like later games they made. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
sad. It's kind of sad that like developers only took the wrong lessons from Half Life, but at the same time, without Half Life, you wouldn't have games like Halo, and without Quake, you wouldn't have Half Life, and without Doom, you wouldn't have Half Life, and without Wolfenstein, you wouldn't have like Doom and all that other stuff. These games kind of have built off of each other, and that's like kind of like the way it used to work. It wasn't just a case of you had a million different games at once that were all the same. You had each game built off each other, even if they weren't made by the same company, and even if they weren't even in the same series.
yeah,
Yeah. Because Half Life and Metal Gear Solid came out the same year, and actually like around the same time, I think. And it's kind of interesting because both those games pretty much made the future for storytelling in games.
yeah. I can. Well, we could talk about this in another time in the podcast, but like there were other Metal Gear games
I
before
know.
Metal Gear
Yeah, I know.
Solid, so
But Metal Gear
yeah,
Solid like really like pushed storytelling. Although you could argue that like it was System Shock that basically invented storytelling in games. You could argue that.
yeah,
Yeah. Because like before System Shock, like System Shock was like one of the first like story-driven games I can think of. Like story, like obviously that wasn't like the first game to have a story, but it was like one of the first games that was story-driven. So pretty much,
Or even Bungie's Forgotten Marathon games, if you remember them.
yeah. But those came out afterwards, I think. Yeah, it
Oh
came.
yeah,
Yeah, but so it's just like System Shock basically invented storytelling, and it's a shame that game hasn't aged well.
yeah. I mean,
But the game over
well,
screen still scares the shit out of me to this day.
this, Well, all good things must come to an end, and
Yeah. They are remaking the original System Shock, and System Shock 3 is also in development, so you know.
well, there you go then.
And next
Yeah.
year will be the 20-year anniversary for System Shock 2, which Prey was
Oh,
basically
fuck.
built off of.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell the influence.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But oh yeah, System Shock 2. That's another good sequel. I know I didn't really talk much about Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
Half-Life 2.
I mean, like this podcast is like so long, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we can't talk about everything
Yeah.
because
There's
Paul
like there's like
Snow
so many
Life has
games.
edit it all.
Yeah. There's like so many
Yeah.
sequels I could talk about that were like so great. System Shock 2 doesn't really hold up by today's standards, but man, it was such a big improvement over the original. But yeah, whatever. I don't think I'll go in depth with like other sequels. I'll just name off some good sequels.
Yeah.
Whatever ones. GTA 3, good sequel. What else? BioShock 2, good sequel. What else? Dead Space 2, that was a great sequel.
hmm
Skyrim was good. Pretty much like most of the Elder Scrolls games.
Fucking obviously.
Yeah. Portal 2, that was good. I love Portal 2. I think it's better than the original, personally.
Yeah.
Um,
I like the ending. It's a very. I don't know how to describe the ending.
it's very conclusive, unlike Half-Life.
Yeah.
At least Portal has
Yeah.
an ending.
Yeah, it doesn't have a dead dude. So yeah.
I like the mystery of Portal 2 as well. I like the kind of like eeriness of the facility. Um, yeah. What other sequels could I just name off really quickly? I'll try and look at my list of games. Oh yeah, F.E.A.R 2. A lot of people didn't like F.E.A.R 2. I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good game. Doom 2, Hell on Earth. Doom 3, I guess. You could also include that. Bayonetta 2. Max Payne 2. Left 4 Dead 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Ooh. Did.
Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Spear of Destiny. Yeah, there's there's a bunch of good ones.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's like all the ones I can list out. Do you have any more you would like to say?
No, and like this podcast has gone almost to 2 hours.
It's
so,
gone on for an hour and 51 minutes.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna have to call it here.
All right.
Um,
Sorry, Henry could not be around for the rest of the podcast. He had stuff to do. But thank you to everyone for listening to this crap.
Yeah, and like if I could say so to the audience as well, like sorry if like our podcasts lately have been like very unfocused. Like we don't really want to go focused on one particular type of subject. We want to go through multiple subjects.
Yeah.
You could say that's very overwhelming, but that's just how we find it easier. We try to make these podcasts, not too long, but we don't want to make them too short. So yeah, we apologize for that and everything. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed this one, and please subscribe to Mr. No Life and Henry Badger.
Yeah, and also
follow us on Twitter.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But also the thing is, I had to completely change around the topic at like the last minute because for George, I had a completely different topic we were going to talk about. But obviously, since he wasn't here, obviously we couldn't really discuss it. Next time we'll have him on, we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because just a quick update before we end this, I guess. The Half-Life video is still coming along. As I was saying like earlier, it's going to be like the most unique one I've made thus far. It's probably going to be the longest too, but it is coming. It may take a while. It will be released on the 19th of November, because that will be the 20-year anniversary for Half-Life, so it's appropriate.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, no, I just can't believe the first game's 20 years old.
And Doom is going to be 25 years old in December.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this, guys, and we'll see you in the next one.